Hi friends, my name is Bruce Wood. I'm here at the Woodshed Gallery in Franklin, Massachusetts with Paul Peterson, who's our featured artist right now. Paul is an oil painter. He paints in the studio as well as outdoors, and he has a great fondness for the New England landscape. So here's Paul to introduce his work.
Thank you, Bruce. Well, on the wall behind me I have paintings that I've done both in Maine. Most of these are plein air pieces that I've done either in Medway, where I live, or up in Maine. Now this is a painting I did at Lowell Cove on Bailey Island in Maine on a plein air painting trip I took with some of my painting buddies. And I did this in a little harbor. I saw these trees, and the light is mostly coming down. So I put this little house in. It wasn't in red, but it was just a gray shack, but I wanted to contrast the color with the greens here. Now this painting here was done in Medway. This is a corner of a historical site in Medway called Thayer's Farm. And it's just a little piece of the barn. It was abandoned some time ago, and it was in a state of collapse. And you can sort of see that from the varying angles of the door and so forth. And they're in the process of trying to fix it up. But as far as an artist is concerned, I think they're ruining it because it has a lot of character that's kind of missing now. This painting here was done from a photograph. I did this in the studio. This is a photograph taken at Rocky Woods in Medfield in the winter time, and it was just this little frozen area here, and I just was attracted by the light that came in and illuminated the ice in the distance here. And this is a painting of Thayer's Farm again in Medway, but this is the farmhouse looking up the driveway. It was a beautiful summer day, and this was done plein air. And they have behind here a nice dark shape. It was a large beech tree with a lot of red in it that I liked. And this was a painting I did in Franklin. This is a plein air painting again. I did this at on the Common, on the High Street end, opposite St. Mary's. And this is a very interesting house for those who live in Franklin. This is on the corner of High Street and Union Street, and the sloping, the pitch of the roof is very steep, and it's very interesting. And I caught it in the morning when the light was very strong in this side of the building, and it was in shadow on this side. So I'm fond of this because it has a strong feeling for light. Well, this is a plein air painting that I did up in Maine, near Cundy's Harbor, and I found the scene on the side of the road opposite the harbor itself, where all the boats and shacks and everything were. It was a very threatening late afternoon, and because it looked like it was going to rain at any moment. So I was able to block this in and finish it almost completely before the downpour occurred. Now this is a painting that's a little different from what I do. I was challenged by a painting friend of mine to do a painting. This is not a plein air painting. He gave me one of his painting brushes. It's a 49-cent brush you'd buy from the hardware store, and he said, "I want you to use this brush to do a painting." Well, I did this in about 45 minutes. If you look closely, you can see that the paint is very thin. And when I got it home, it looked very fuzzy. I couldn't focus on it until I put in these little sharp shapes that indicated maybe Queen Anne's lace or something of that sort, that gave the eye something to focus on. Like the last one is a painting I did in the studio, and again I took a very short amount of time to do it. I did it in about 45 minutes, and I generally carry a painting beyond this point, but I stopped because it captured what I wanted to say, and so I left it as it turned out to be. And the last painting I want to talk about is also kind of just the opposite of this other painting. It's a painting I did of a house I saw over on Snow Street in Sherburne. That's right, Sherburne. And I started the painting, and I didn't like it. And I did like certain things about the light, the way it fell on the house, and it was giving me this kind of interesting geometry. And so I kept working on it. When I finished some other painting, I would have leftover paint, and I pull this out and put down some more touches, and it became very crusty, and it's more of an impasto kind of painting than I'm used to doing. Again, this is plein air. It was a beautiful day up in Essex, Mass, and this is the Essex River running through the marshes, the tidal marshes in that area. It's a beautiful place to paint. And so this was a painting I did, back at the end of July. Again, I had to finish the grasses in the foreground in the studio.